Good evening. My name is Colin Shembekar, and I'm a senior here at Jesuit High School. I am the current student body president, and along with this, I'm also in various other aspects of student life, such as being the vice president of the chamber orchestra, which you all will be hearing later tonight. I am proud to have been given this opportunity to speak to you all tonight about what Jesuit has to offer and how it has changed my life in many ways. At the end of 8th grade, when everyone was choosing high schools, I found myself feeling really scared and nervous about how high school life was going to be. Was I going to like Jesuit? Was I going to do well in my classes? Was I going to have friends? I stand here today with the answers to these three questions. Number one, was I going to like Jesuit? During the first week of school, Jesuit does something called Welcome Week, where games are played during lunch periods amongst students of different grade levels in order to welcome everyone back in a fun way. On the third day of my freshman year, I was chosen to participate in an event. It was a game where we had to drink blended up fast food and guess where it's from without throwing up. So everyone crowded around me and three other guys as we chugged blended up Taco Bell, and they cheered for us to finish it all and keep it all down. 5 minutes later, I emerged as the winner, or at least with the title of a winner, because honestly no contestant is winning after drinking that. Nonetheless, I was awestruck with the thrill and adrenaline that this event invoked, and I was eagerly anticipating what was next. About a month later, I went to the first football game of the season, and I didn't know many people at this point, but I was just amazed by how friendly everyone was and how much fun those games really were. Even students from other schools beyond Jesuit would show up to these games just to get a taste of what being a Jesuit student was like. All of the students would crowd into the bleachers and cheer for our classmates, and that year we actually ended up being undefeated state champs. With all of these experiences and memories, Jesuit was starting to feel less like a school and more like a second home. Needless to say, yes, I would go on to love Jesuit. Question number two, was I going to do well in my classes? The short answer is yes, but it was far from easy. Up until freshman year, I never really struggled with my schoolwork. However, that all changed when I entered Mrs. Gadgetar's AP Human Geography class. This was and still is the only B I've ever received in a class, but it has by far taught me the most. The content, however, is not what stuck with me. I can no longer name every country on a map, and I certainly can't tell you how geography affects patterns of migration. But it is the skills such as learning how to read with a purpose, how to study, and how to thoroughly answer questions that stuck with me. Jesuit's ability to teach you how to be a good student is unmatched. The teachers don't teach for the purpose of regurgitating information on a test. They instead teach you ways that you can find solutions for yourself and how you can actually apply this to life beyond high school. They are the reason why I don't feel nervous to click the submit button on my college applications to schools like the University of Florida and the University of Miami. And they are the reason why I feel prepared to take on whatever college I do decide to attend with full confidence. Now, it's not easy, and you're definitely going to have some long nights of study, but the teachers are with you every step of the way to ensure your success. It might not feel like it, but every teacher at Jesuit is on your side, and that's what sets them apart. They actually care. Question number three, was I going to have friends at Jesuit? I stand here today to tell you the shocking answer, no. In all honesty, I don't have many friends at Jesuit. Instead, I have brothers. These are the guys that will support you in every single endeavor and are there for you no matter what. Whether you need a guy to help you with a task at hand, you need advice, or even just a simple person to talk to, Jesuit's community has it all. One unique aspect of Jesuit, in particular, is that every year you're required to go on a retreat. On these retreats, you hear talks and testimonies from older students called peer ministers, and following these talks, you break into small groups and share about your own struggles and stories. Now, most teenage guys aren't exactly pumped to open up and share this, but I can tell you firsthand that the opportunity to be vulnerable with your brothers and learn more about each other is something that invokes a feeling like no other. Walking out of these retreats, you feel restored as a man, and you forge relationships that you will never forget. Moments like these are truly what separates Jesuit from every other school. So no, I did not just make friends, but instead I discovered a brotherhood that I will eternally be grateful for. This is what Jesuit is all about. This is what makes me proud to be a Tiger. Thank you all so much for your time, and have a good night.